Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to a world-class audience from literally everywhere. I'm Nicholas Jeffery. I'm the founding and managing partner of Impresario Partners International, and I'm also the CEO of HBBA Global, based in Canada. Welcome to our first Tuesday session entitled Trading Beyond Barriers. So, what's going on globally, geopolitically and commercially? Honestly, it's a little scary at the moment, and without taking sides, our session today is really about how we can all be winners. As an investment banker and as an economist, this is my take on the situation. But with the US administration walking back the majority of their punitive tariffs yesterday, the 9th of April, I'm now not 100% sure. But it's a considered opinion and it's worth a discussion, and it's not an opinion that's getting aired generally. Everybody's busy debating whether the US administration, Trump's administration's, their new tariff rhetoric is about protectionism, whether it's election tactics or a geopolitical strategy to reset the playing field, negotiating country by country at a time. But I think we could all be missing the point entirely. Yes, I agree, it's all the above, but I don't think that's the driver. I don't think that's the imperative. What seems like protectionism might actually be an anti-recession strategy. Look, we've got a $2 trillion deficit, and if we don't do something about it, this country's going bankrupt. That, according to Elon Musk. And the backstory, in my opinion, possibly the unspoken driver, is the US government is facing a massive refinancing wave. By the end of 2026, it needs to roll over 9 trillion, yes, trillion with a T, in maturing treasury bonds. Most of this debt was issued during the near zero interest rate years, a time we're not going to see anytime soon. Today, the 10-year US Treasury yield is hovering around 4.2% after peaking at about 4.6% in Q4 2024. That is the rate, the number that matters. So Trump posts on Truth Social suggest he and billionaire backers, including Musk himself, apparently the world's smartest entrepreneur, are playing chess against a mainly career politician audience who are playing checkers, while the world just watches on. Although some of those billionaire backers are now beginning to see their own seismic adjustments in their own balance sheet and are beginning to voice their concerns and throw stones in greenhouses. But Warren Buffett, whose Berkshire Hathaway value has increased dramatically since the Trump elections, has denied that he's called these some of the best economic moves he's seen in over 50 years. Those that claim tariffs are good cite reasons like, when capital flees stocks, it floods into treasuries. That forces the Fed to do exactly what Trump wants and slash interest rates in May. Lower rates equal cheaper debt financing. Lower rates, weaker dollar, therefore cheaper exports. Lower rates, lower mortgage rates for everyone in the US. And for the tariff supporters, this strategic warfare. They push corporations to reshore. They force local production. They bring food prices down. Just look at egg prices. But that might be lower reported cases of avian flu. If staving off insolvency is the real reason for tariffs, it looks like they're here to stay, irrespective of how many politicians visit to play chess against the US. But it's sending shockwaves around the world. Analysts, especially in Asia, say that Asian economies badly hit by the US levies will try and divert their export, with one expert calling it Europe's worst economic nightmare. And the flip side of that is China has granted 33 African countries with zero tariffs for all of their exports to China. Secondly, sanction circumvention is no longer confined to Russia and its neighbouring countries. New trade routes are emerging, making risk management more complex for exporters. We're going to talk about that later on today. So the new world order is open to all of us assembled here. And the big question is, how can we trade beyond tariffs? We've got to explore diversification of our global market base. We've got to consider moving production into regional, local to the market we're serving. We've got to explore optimized cost structures and, where possible, transfer that price increase to the consumer, especially where there's inelastic markets. So I'm delighted to invite a few really well-connected people, subject matter experts in their fields, to sit with me and have a fireside chat that we can all participate. Join us at HBBA on the first Tuesday of every month at 1500 GMT. I look forward to meeting you at our next session. Thank you. Bye-bye.